A lot of people get very confused when I say that I'm bi and ace or asexual because they kind of feel like, oh, being bisexual means like you're really attracted to like loads of people, right? And asexual means like you're not attracted to anyone. Let me tell you the truth of how it is. So I identify as bi, which means that I can be attracted to anyone of any gender, right? So I can be attracted to men, I can be attracted to women, I can be attracted to non-binary people, I can be attracted to people, and gender is not a dividing line. Gender is not a hurdle. Bi. Okay? I am also asexual because the level of attraction that I experience is often quite low or none. So, bisexual can be attracted to people of any gender. Asexual, the level or the amount of attraction tends to be very low. So, hopefully you can see there that it's quite possible to be bi and to be ace. Now, neither of these labels, bisexual, asexual, did I actually identify with until quite late on in my life. I started to use the word bi in my 30s, actually, because prior to that, I didn't really know what I was. I just kind of felt like I had a range of different attractions, but I was really told in society that, you know, you have to be like gay or straight. And so I just kind of thought I was like not sure, or I thought I was kind of weird or broken or in denial, or I didn't really have that word or know what it meant. And so that was a really big thing for me. I realized that being bisexual is, you know, about having attractions that fall on the in-between spectrum. And I really, really find that word very, very empowering. There's my bisexual flag. Come on. It was even later that I actually came to start identifying on the asexual or ace spectrum. If you'd asked me a few years ago, are you asexual? I'd have been like, what? No, I hadn't even thought that that was a possibility. But as I have come to understand myself more and to break down the layers of my attraction and how it really works, I have realized that my natural level of attraction is significantly lower than most people or allosexual people. And what happened was, just like my bisexuality, I kind of just thought that I had to fit into the allosexual norm. So I had to kind of be attracted to people, and I had to, you know, feel it on a certain level that was normal, and I had to engage with people and date and have sex and all those things in a way that fitted with the norm. And the fact that I didn't really fit with that made me feel kind of broken and weird and out of place. So they're both these things that I have come to after quite a long time of trying to fit in to the boxes that everybody else has required me or assumed for me to fit in. The other thing about bi and ace identity for me is that they're both spectrums. So this is really, really important. People think that bisexual means, oh, well, you're 50-50 attracted to men and women, and asexual means that you don't have any attraction and you never had sex. No. The bi spectrum and the ace spectrum are very broad, varied categories, and they basically give me a kind of tool to be able to describe my attractions and kind of where they sit. So the bi spectrum means that my attractions might be somewhere in the middle of men, women, masculine, feminine, non-binary, fluid, kind of, they're kind of, it's somewhere there. Yeah. And it can also be fluid. Yeah. So it can go up and down the scale. I might be more into men. I might be more into women. I might be more into non-binary people. I might be more into one thing or more into another. So it just has this space to move, and that's why I love bisexuality, the bispectrum. It allows me to just flow and to just be me and to just feel what I feel without having to categorize it. The aspectrum is exactly the same. It is a spectrum. So I may be somewhere on that spectrum depending on the time of day or the time of year or what's going on for me. I may experience more sexual attraction or less. Yeah, I may, and it just depends. Okay, and it allows me to say, do you know what? The level of sexual attraction that I experience is probably going to be lower than the norm, but it exists in a kind of spectrum. Okay, so it doesn't have to be set in one particular place, and that is the key for me. So both of them are spectrums, and both of them are really, really important for me because of the freedom that they give me. By the way, if you are on any of the spectrums or any other identity and you want to understand yourself more, then come and join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/notdefining. You can chat with me, you can ask me questions, you can get mentoring 24/7. You can also join group discussions. We've got a private Facebook group. We've got loads of exclusive content just for you. Come and join our little community. We would love, love, love to welcome you in. I also do one-on-one coaching, helping people to better understand their sexuality and build their confidence. Go and check out the links below. We would love, love, love to connect with you. So the next thing, I guess, about my bisexuality and asexuality is that they can kind of take on different forms, and I can kind of use different words for them as well. So I use the word bi because it's the most understandable word, but I also identify with pansexual. I also identify with queer, questioning, omnisexual, multisexual, M-spec. All of these words, polysexual, I actually identify with them. So for me, they can all describe me, but I tend to use bi because that's kind of the most standard one. Similarly, on the ace spectrum, there are a lot of different terms which I feel connect with me. For example, Greysexual, I really, really identify with, which is kind of like you do experience some sexual attraction, but it's kind of not that much. It's just kind of quite minimal. Also, though, ace flux, meaning that you'll kind of have periods of asexuality where you won't experience any sexual attraction, but then it might change. So I really identify with that. Also, Freysexual, which is when you kind of connect with someone, but shortly after connecting with them, your sexual attraction will just kind of disappear. You won't be able to kind of get back that sexual attraction. People use that term in different ways, by the way, but that's kind of how I connect with it. So there are a lot of different words that you can use to kind of communicate where you're at, and I really, really like that. And then the final thing is, really, like many queer people, I suffer from complex PTSD, from having to hide my sexuality, from being pushed and molded into different categories and boxes that don't fit me, from being shamed and judged and bullied and, all of those things that happen to queer people, especially those of us with less kind of represented identities. And so the way that I connect with another human being, the way that I'm attracted to another human being, is something that I'm growing with and I'm learning, and I'm always trying to kind of connect with on a deeper level and trying to be more authentic in myself. And so being on the bi and the ace spectrum really gives me that freedom to be able to say, do you know what? I don't conform to what people want me to be. In every moment, every day, in every situation, I am myself, and I listen to myself, and I listen to the natural energies that my body has, the natural desires and attractions or lack of, and I honor them and I listen to them. And they may be different on any given day. They may evolve, they may change, they may shift. But they are mine and they are me, and that is what is important to me. So that is what being bi and ace means to me. I would love to hear what it means to you. Do you relate with anything that I've said? I would love, love, love to know. Please come and subscribe, because we have so much content coming out every week on these topics and more. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.